Alrighty, alrighty. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the OHSOSULI podcast. It's your boy OHSOSULI, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So definitely sit back and enjoy. We got some NFL stuff, we got some NBA stuff, and we got a little bit of everything. So definitely like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode, or just enjoy having this as just background music in the back while you do something. So the first thing that I wanted to tackle was the Fernando Mendoza and Kirk Cousins battle. I think that is something that has been prevalent in the NFL preseason scale, for a while, and I definitely wanted to take a look at, excuse me, how oh, how well Mendoza has been playing in the preseason as we get ready for the 2026-2027 season. Um, he's on the Raiders. He's competing with Kirk Cousins, which is a prominent quarterback. He's been a veteran for many years, and it's going to be a great test for the number one overall pick to um, see what he has going. I think that would be great for him. So it says here that free agent acquisition Kirk Cousins started at quarterback in the Las Vegas Raiders preseason opener. He will lead the offense at week one of the regular season too. Okay. So we found out that Kirk Cousins will actually start, which is good for Mendoza because I think that he will be able to learn. Obviously, he'll be in the back learning and stuff like that. So I'm fairly new to football, So I've been watching for a couple of years. I think I'm just now getting into the nuances of why it's important for people to rest as opposed to starting right out and throwing them into the lion's den and things like that. Yeah. Following a splendid opening drive against the Arizona Cardinals, in which Cousins amassed 50 yards and guided the Raiders to a touchdown through the air, first-year coach Clint Kubiak called his starter to the sideline and handed the keys to his offense to Mendoza. From there, the top overall pick of the 2026 draft received nearly 3 full quarters worth of work. He looked promising in doing so. Yeah, I remember seeing that. He did look kind of promising. I didn't watch the entire game. I know he did complete most of his passes. He completed 10 to 16 passes for 97 yards and a touchdown, and he added 6 rushing yards while also taking a sack. Okay. I got to see how good the Raiders' offensive line is going to look this year, because if he's going to be subject to a whole bunch of, what I'm saying, a whole bunch of tackles and sacks and stuff like that, I think that it's not going to be able to really allow him to trust the pocket. So we'll see how that goes. His final numbers were relatively pedestrian, and the Cardinals dramatically outdueled him in the box score. Um, yeah, yeah. I think that Carson Beck is going to be really good. I think that he's going to have a really outstanding season. I think that he is really going to prosper in Arizona if they, obviously keep that offensive line good. Um, and hopefully Marvin Harrison Jr. is not a bust. I hope that nigga not a bust. That shit gonna be so tough. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for Mendoza. I'm gonna see what he does in the rest of the preseason and at the start of the season, and then yeah, we'll see what goes from there. Um, that is the top pick of the 2026 draft, but everybody else has been relatively really good. I know that there have been a couple of quarterbacks here. Let me check my stuff. Who've been doing pretty well. Carson Beck has been looking really good in the preseason. I'm really, really happy for him. And I think that this class is going to be like way, way, way better than last year's quarterback draft, just because you can already see kind of in the preseason flashes. They had way more than the preseason flashes of the 2025 draft. I feel like Jackson Dart was really the only one who had any sort of flashes in last year's preseason. But we could take a look at how everyone's rookie year kind of went down in their quarterback debut in the NFL. We had Cam Ward 14 and 15 for his starts. He was 2 and 12, and he completed 59% of his passes. Let me see. He had 3,392 yards for 11. Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. My bad. We got it here. So we got. Let me see. Cam Ward, boom, 3,100 yards for his rookie year. He played 17. He played all 17 games. Yep, he attempted 540, completed 325. That's about 60%. Yep, he completed 59% of his passes. He threw for 15 touchdowns and 7 assists. Okay, quarterback rating of 80. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's something to be improved upon. What else we got here? 9. He got 9. 11 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Yikes. Only attempted 243 passes in that offense. That offense is crazy. Can we take a look at sack yards? Are we able to take a look at sack yards? Yeah, sack yards. This year, this is nuts. This is nuts. Hold on, let me. Boom. Sack yards right here, y'all. J.J. McCarthy was sacked 27 times. I know Cam Ward got sacked 55 times, but for you to only have thrown 243 passes and to get sacked 55 times, it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Jackson Dart played 14 games. He completed 63% of his passes for 2,200 yards. Okay, all right. 15 touchdowns for 5 interceptions. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good rookie season. I like that. Tyler Show, 11 games played, 67% of his passes, 327 attempted, 2,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Decent. Sacked 31 times. I know that shit hurt. Dylan Gabriel, only 185 passes attempted in 10 games played. I know Dylan shared games with, Shedeur Sanders. He played 8 games. He did 120 for 212, 56% of his passes, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Yeah, so with Dylan Gabriel's 19 sacks plus Shedeur Sanders' 23 sacks, that's a good bit of sacks. Like, that's about 32 sacks, something like that. So, obviously, last year's draft wasn't as good as this year's. I am projecting. Obviously, situations matter. Obviously, styles matter. So I feel like we're gonna only see. I feel like the 2 quarterbacks from last year's draft that are gonna really do any sort of work is probably Jackson Dart and Cam Ward. I feel like we all thought that Shedeur should have been taken higher in the draft. I feel like he still shouldn't have been a 5th round pick or whatever he was. And we will definitely. I just saw this. Did Jimmy Monroe not play any games? Like, did he not start anything? It looks like he didn't. So, it's all good. I wanted to take a little bit at the NBA for a little bit. I know that we've had a few discussions about the NBA, but not really too much. I wanted to see. I saw that Steph Curry was eligible for an extension, and I wanted to see if he was even really worth an extension. I mean, okay, let me stop. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. He is like worth in the extension, but like for the age that he's coming into with the money that he's probably gonna ask for, like I can definitely understand why he would want that, because usually so let me take a look at his stats real quick. So last year, 26.6 points per game, 5 assists a game, and 3 rebounds a game in 43 games. Okay. Um, I know that I think he missed some time. I think he missed some time with a knee injury last year. And then I want to say after the All Star break, he came back and was still going crazy. I think he was still averaging around the same amount, but it was with a little bit more rebounding. I think he rebounded a little bit more. Um, but I know he was All Star last year, uh, so I definitely want to see that he gets an extension. I just don't know how that's going to benefit the Warriors in any sort of way because him getting more money that he's already getting, and he's a legend. If he wants to win anything, I feel like the way LeBron is, like LeBron James taking a vet minimum is just something that I never thought would ever happen, ever. I don't know. Um, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the Warriors giving Steph Curry a contract extension that he would want is the right move? Um, yeah, let me know in the comments. And then kind of on the Splash Brother kind of thing, we also got Klay Thompson over there in Dallas, who is kind of been in trade talks a little bit. So I wanted to try and think about like who the Mavericks even really have to even be coming off of Klay Thompson like that, because I really don't think that there is a need to come up off of him. He's shooting 39%, which isn't good. Um, but he is just not being utilized in a way I would say that is best for him. Like playing off of another star, like he really should have been. You know what I mean? Like once Kyrie gets back in and we start getting back into the fold of things, I think his numbers will grow. Um, right now, he is averaging 11 points a game, 2 rebounds, and 1.4 assists in 69 games. So obviously, it's a career low for him, but we're not gonna worry about all that. I feel like Klay Thompson is still a force to be reckoned with in this league. Nobody's gonna be touching that nigga. Trust me. Trust me. Um, what else? We can get to the Pistons. We can get into my team. You know what I'm saying? As some of y'all may know, Westside Detroit. Um, so we're gonna talk about my Pistons. I guess the main thing has been Jalen Duren, either Jalen Duren or Thompson. As far as like which one should go, which one should stay, how much money should we give such said person. He is asking for a good bit of money. And I'm not sure if that is something that I want to do. I just feel like that is not beneficial the way we think it is. Let's see. I mean, Jalen Duren. Let me see. Jalen Duren, 19.5 points per game. He's averaging 20 points. Okay, 10 rebounds a game. Averaged 20 and 10. Okay, under a block a game. 70 games. He plays 70 games. 65% field goal percentage. 74% free throw percentage. You know, so we'll take that free throw percentage for sure. But we gotta up the field goal percentage. Got to. Yeah, I think we got to figure out what he's really going to ask for and if we really are willing to deal with that much. And I think from our perspective, we're looking like, listen, we appreciate what you've done. You know what I'm saying? You've gotten us a top seed in the East. But it's not like it was primarily you. It was Cade, obviously. You were an anchor for our defense, and I feel like that is very, very valuable. And I feel like it's more valuable than a lot of people in the NBA are putting right now. But we need spacing. Grayson Allen is not it. It's not going to be the most of our spacing. We have to space out on the big man side. And I feel like we could keep Duren and get rid of the Thompson twin, which is really what I want to do, because I feel like the stretch on the floor could really be on the wing side, so that Cade can work his magic on the inside and do what he needs to do to get space and to be able to take to the basket. Because it's been plenty of times where obviously Jalen Duren gonna sit in the paint. Ahmed Thompson is not gonna shoot, so his man is gonna leave him wide button to get open out there. So they're crowding the paint to where Cade can really do his thing. So we have to find a trade to where it will fit the best. I would say something like a Dylan Brooks. I would say something like a who else? Like a nice 3-and-D player to where we could trade who can get that defensive mindset that we're getting out of Thompson, but also with the ability to just stretch the floor so that Duren and Cade can get busy. I mean, that's really what I'm looking for. Yeah, for the most part. Peyton Watson, as of last night, is no longer a free agent. The Nuggets agreed to a sign and trade, sending him to the Cleveland Cavaliers in a 3-team deal, which would also include the Clippers, rather than pay the luxury tax bill, which would have topped like $220 million just to keep him. But he did really good, you know what I'm saying, for that season. So I definitely understand why, you know what I'm saying, 14.6 points a game, almost 5 rebounds a game, 2 assists a game, 1.1 blocks a game, and 54, with 49 and 41 shooting splits. Like what? It was a hot stretch around Christmas time, the New Year, 20 points a game, 5 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game on 49, 43, 72. Like, come on, bro. Like, they were gonna. The Denver initially offered him 4 years, $70 million, and they thought it was a low ball, given a breakout. So now Wallace goes over to Cleveland, which I think is going to be really good for Cleveland to help give them some extra scoring and stuff like that. Take the ease off of Donovan Mitchell. Take the ease off of James Harden. If he even stays, is James Harden staying? I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say that. Does this make Cleveland like any sort of contender? I still don't think so. I still feel like either New York or Philly is gonna win the chip next year, and I don't think that's a bad take. I really don't think that's a bad take. Like, New York hasn't made too many more changes, but it also doesn't have too much more. I don't know, like defensive. Like, it doesn't need more defensive pressure. They got Alvarado. They got Bridges. They got Cat. They got. Oh shit! Did they get rid of Mitchell Robinson? Oh snap! Let me check. They did. Oh my gosh! They got rid of him and put him on the Celtics. Oh my gosh! Wow. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, I still feel like, with Jalen Brunson and Cat there, with OG there on the offensive end, with also those same three, they have a very good defensive team. Very good defensive team. I think them and Philly will probably be the front runners, with Cleveland, Boston right there. Because I still feel like Jason Tatum will explode this year. Given that he has the freedom, not having to share with Jaylen Brown. They got some more pieces around them, so I feel like this is going to be very, very interesting, guys. It's going to be very interesting. So just a little, mini episode for you guys, just breaking down a couple of things within the sports world that I've been seeing. If you guys like what you've been seeing, definitely come back for some more. You can add me on all my social media right here. You know what I'm saying? OHSOSULI. That's the handle for everything. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And yeah, definitely come back for another one. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about in the next episode. Reaction videos. Let me know what you guys want me to react to. I'm trying to get the gaming channel popping soon once I get enough subscribers. So once people start recommending me more games to play and stuff like that, that's when I'll start jumping over to the gaming channel. But yeah, I appreciate you guys pulling through, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.